Hi everyone. So today I actually just received this in the post and I have to do this video now because it is temperature sensitive. And no, before you say anything, it is not a fish or a shrimp delivery. So yeah, this is a parcel of live fish foods from Live Aquatic Foods online. I think that's the name. I'll just double check and I'll pop a link in the description for you all to check out. So this is a UK based company and they are brilliant at sending out live foods straight to you. They're on eBay and yeah, go check them out, and they've always been really reliable for me. So I'm going to show you what I've got, how I store them, and then I'm going to go through the next few days feeding out the different types of live food that I've got and showing you how it all works. First of all, live food is brilliant for your fish. It can stimulate spawning in species. It's brilliant for fish that are a bit of a fussy eater, like my knife fish. They exclusively get frozen and live foods. They won't eat any of the dry prepared diets. So it's brilliant for those fussy eaters, brilliant for stimulating spawning, and actually it's really good for enrichment. Obviously our fish naturally would be out foraging all the time, and in the aquarium they just get fed once, twice a day, and that's it. Whereas you introduce a live food to your aquarium and it stays alive, swimming around in that tank for hours before getting caught. And this constantly keeps those fish entertained by hunting, showing natural predatory behaviors, and gives them a real chance to show what they're like in nature. So obviously for me, replicating natural habitats in botanical method aquariums, trying to keep cool, different, unusual fish, potentially trying to breed some of them. I've actually got some licorice gourami eggs at the moment. I've got some zebra danio eggs at the moment, which will follow in another video. And I'm trying to always breed the knife fish. So I've got some Californian blackworms, not blackburns, some Mysis shrimp, some bloodworm, some Tubifex, more Tubifex. We've got anything different? Brineshrimp, some Brineshrimp there, and then some Daphnia as well. And then what's left in there are just repeats of what I've got here. So I'm going to keep them all in this bag tied up. I'm going to put them in the fridge, which is not going to be popular in this house. But actually it's quite cold at the moment, so they could probably just go and sit outside. It's not freezing, but it is very nice and cold. But a fridge is a much better place because it's a consistent temperature and there's no risk of them warming up or freezing. So yeah, if you can, pop them in the fridge and that will keep them for a long time. And then I can use them over several days. Obviously this is quite a lot of fish food, and you don't want to be chucking all of this into your tank in one go, but it does mean that you don't have to pay for shipping too often by buying in a bit more bulk. So yeah, I'm going to store these because I've got to go to work, and then I'll come back when all the fish tanks are illuminated and the fish are awake, and I will give them their dinner. Yeah. So it's now time to actually feed out some of this live food. So I just got them out of the fridge and I'm dropping them on the floor. So I've picked out a bloodworm, a Tubifex, and a Daphnia. So the Daphnia is going to be for some of the smaller species. I'm going to do that in a second. I'm going to do the worms first. So the bloodworm and the Tubifex, I'm going to combine together. I'm going to feed that out to my knife fish mostly. Some of the other fish will get a little bit, but I know that they will absolutely go mad for this stuff, and obviously that's all they really eat is the live and frozen foods, so I'm going to make sure they get the most of it. So I'm going to start with this. I've got a jug to strain it into, and I have my trusty NT-Lab scissors to cut the bags open with, because, you know, why not use some really posh fancy scissors to cut bags open? I'm sure that's what they're made for. Balance the net on side and just pour it through. So that's the first bag, and then get the bloodworm out as well. I've got a little bit left in this bag, so I'm just going to use the tap and fill it up.
So you can see there is some discoloration to the water from these bags, and that is perfectly normal, especially for slightly older stock. I did get a bit of a deal on these ones. As long as the actual organisms are moving and look healthy, then they are absolutely fine to use.
So that's all the water that I don't want. I'll pour that into my waste bucket, and then I have my Tubifex and my bloodworm in here. I'm going to rinse this off under the tap and then fill up the jug with the Tubifex, the bloodworm, and the clean water. So I just did that out of shot because where my tap is, it's a bit of a mess and it's easier. But now, as you can probably see, I've got all of the worms in the bottom there, which I can then pipette or syringe out into the tanks. So yeah, all ready to go. So here's my knifefish aquarium. Open up the lid, and then just transfer some of them over.
A great thing about these two foods are that they are both naturally found in freshwater, so if they don't get eaten by the knifefish, obviously, with a lot of leaf litter here, they can hide away for a few days quite happily. They will continue to live and still be alive and not pollute your water, unlike some of the frozen foods where if it sunk below the leaf litter and never got eaten, they'd rot away, decompose and produce more waste. So yeah, feeding live food is better in that sense, as long as they are found in the right water. Things like Brineshrimp and the Mysis shrimp are a saltwater species, so wouldn't fare too long in this tank and would die. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're feeding, and if you're feeding something that is going to eventually die off in the tank, feed little and often to make sure that the fish eat it all before they sort of get hidden away and decompose. So the Mysis just up. Also gonna absolutely love this, so I'm gonna just unplug the power head. I'm also gonna unplug the filter and the heater, because the heater is inside the filter, and stop all that water movement because it's a lot going on. And then I can add the Tubifex and bloodworm in here, and it won't immediately get sucked up and blown away, and they can really enjoy it. So the Plex didn't really want to come out. He did see a salt and pepper cory come across there and just a dorsal thing come out. But they did eat it all. And here you can see I did not clean my glass before filming this. So apologies for that. But they are really active, these worms. And yeah, really good, healthy, no matter what the condition of the water was. So I'm now going to do exactly the same as what I just did, but with the Daphnia. Where did I leave the net? So the thing with Daphnia is you want to make sure you're using a very fine mesh net. That's not going to work. You've got a fine mesh net to make sure you catch all the Daphnia, because there will be some really small ones in there, unlike the bloodworm and the Tubifex, which are a bit chunkier as an organism. They are more likely to get caught by any of the nets that you would use. But yeah, you want to make sure you use a fine one for Daphnia. And exactly the same, just pour it through. Get rid of all that water that we don't want to use. And then exactly the same, I'm going to pour that away. Make sure I pour all the Daphnia and give it a quick rinse. Now I've got the Daphnia all in here. I'll just quickly grab the camera and show you. There's actually one Tubifex left over from the last lot. There you can see all the Daphnia swimming around. And that'll be much more suitable for the sort of tetras, pencilfish, rasboras, things like that. So I'm going to go around and feed them. Where did I leave my pipette? There's one there, that'll do. No, that's the broken one. Where did I leave the pipette? Where did I leave the pipette? There I left the pipette. So, this first of all, give the linky eyes to Daphnia, they'll enjoy that. And especially in this tank, obviously we know that I don't have any fine filtration, so if they don't eat it all straight away, they will just live and reproduce in there. This bottom tank also has licorice chromas in. These are the pair that I'm trying to breed. I'm getting to the wriggling stage, but no further. Let's give them some. Yeah, hopefully some of them will live in the tank and reproduce in there. Fish green neons. Give them some food. And now Daphnia you can very easily sort of reproduce with green water at home. So if you have some left over, you can quite happily keep it in some water and give them some green water to feed on, and they will reproduce in your home, or at least you can just keep them in fresh water and they will survive for many days. They probably don't need to be in the fridge, to be honest, as long as they're out. If you keep them in those sealed bags, not in the fridge, they'll use up all the oxygen really quickly. So yeah, if you're not going to take them out of the bag, keep them in the fridge, but if you're going to take them out of the bag and keep them in an open container, especially with an acetone, they will survive quite happily in just pure fresh dechlorinated water. That is not a Daphnia. That's some sort of copepod, I would say. This is a Daphnia, if I can focus on it. And there's a linky eye in the background lurking. As you can see, there's not much flow in this tank. I'm gonna come out? Probably not until I move my camera away. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'll leave you alone soon, and you can enjoy your Daphnia. So these guys are just going to wait in the current until the Daphnia comes to them, and then snaffle it up really quickly. So there'll be a new tank for these combo of fish soon. Just ordered the hardscape, so just yeah, look out for that one. Hoping to add some plants into their habitat and hopefully get the green neons to be a bit more confident. Been wanting to do this for a while, and I saw some hardscape online, which is going to be hopefully really nice. So yeah. While I'm at it, I just thought I'd give the 6 banded barbs, some bloodworm and Tubifex as well, because they're a bit bigger and they'll enjoy this. As you can see. And they'll definitely enjoy that. Yeah, these guys are very, very shy all the time. The new tank will come for them as well at some point. Yeah, they'll enjoy that. We're going to take the rest of it in and feed the Rasboras, half-beaks and the Zebradanias in the living room and spare room. That's everything in the fish room fed. I will come back tomorrow and maybe feed some of the adult brine shrimp out and possibly Californian blackworms for the knife fish. I think they'll enjoy some of that. They've never had that before. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get this live food in, was the Californian blackworms I think are a bit more nutritious than the bloodworm, and I think the knife fish will do really well on them, so I wanted to give that a try as well. So yeah, that's it for tonight. I'm going to go and have myself a gin, and yeah, I will speak to you all tomorrow, some point tomorrow, when I do the next round of live foods. So it's the next day and it's time to give the fish some food again. This time it's going to be some adult brine shrimp or Artemia, whatever you want to call it. Also sea monkeys. They're all the same organism really. So yeah, I'm just going to prepare it exactly the same way. So I'm not going to go through that, just fast forward. I've time-lapsed this a bit. So these are my half-beaks and chili Raspora in the tank in the lounge, or living room, depending on what you want to call the room. The half-beaks are just so vibrant and stunning, and they really enjoyed having some live foods to chase around. You can see this is not at all fast-forwarded, sped up at all. This is just how quick they can swim sometimes, and it kind of shows why they do have a tendency to swim into the glass and shorten their beaks. So yeah, they do really like a big footprint in their aquarium, and darkened sides, leaves, tall plants, not leaves, tall plants, blacked out glass, things like that, just to make sure that they know when to stop. Because yeah, they do move really quickly. They always surprise me when I feed them. And I might not see them, and then they just appear out of nowhere. So I haven't actually managed to get around to using the Californian blackworm or the Mysis shrimp yet, but that's Bloodworm, Tubifex, Daphnia and Artemia or Brine shrimp fed out. Yeah, keep an eye out for some shorts, some reels over on Instagram, some photos, some short form content which will be also posted in the next few weeks about the live food order that I just got. So yeah, there'll be some more on that, and if you're interested in the California blackworms or Mysis shrimp, I will try and produce some content on those elsewhere. Otherwise, just want to say thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed learning a bit about live food and seeing me feed out some of my fish. Lots of exciting things happening soon, so subscribe so you don't miss anything, and yeah, hit the like button. So yeah, cheers and enjoy all your fishy plans this week.